One of the things that we don't have here at the women's facility is a lot of hands-on training. We actually surveyed the women a couple of months ago to ask them what is some of the trainings that they would like to have here, because one of the things that we've always trying to do is make sure that we have equitable programming between the men's facilities and the women's facilities. So actually, auto mechanic training was one of the things that came up that they were really interested in. So we actually, once Vehicles for Change reached out, it's sort of a perfect marriage between what the women were asking for and what they had to offer with this VR, especially because, one of the things we always have issues with here in correctional facilities is space. So how great is it to bring a virtual program in here that I don't have to outfit an entire classroom with an auto mechanic shop and a lift, and which costs quite a lot of money. So.
My expectations were to just facilitate, just give them the information, but I didn't realize how involved that I would be with the IIs, and I would be invested into the program as far as the material that was generated by the change. The training I received was from 2 days out of Sykesville, which was definitely a necessity to be able to understand, to relay the information through the Oculus, which I have never used before, but now during the training I fell in love with the concept.
So basically, I feel like we had different age groups, as we stated, in this, and I think it helped the ladies see that no matter what your age was, your background, that you were able to accomplish this with hard work, dedication, quizzes you guys had prepared for them, and just keeping that, that dedication.
This being the first program that is hands-on, I think it has helped because most of the women who have learned the program are able to go out of the institution when they get released and be able to get a job that is going to jumpstart them off while they look for something else to do, or while they continue educating themselves further in the Vehicles for Change program.
Just getting the Oculus to work. We had so many obstacles, but week by week, with the help of you guys at Vehicles for Change, we were able to overcome those obstacles. So I think that was the biggest, is getting ladies to participate. We don't have a problem with that. It's just basically getting the equipment to function in this type of environment. That was a very interesting experience, because we had different groups of women in different age groups and different learning skills. So it required diverse ability of teaching and understanding people. But it was a very good experience. You have to have some patience with the participants, and you have to also be knowledgeable in the program so that you can give them accurate directions. And when we didn't have any answers, we called on our advisors.
It was very easy to be able to train them because the information that was relayed through the Oculus, through the program, through the Impact program, especially with going through the beginning of how to be able to maneuver through it, definitely helped that process to be able to transition into the actual program for them to learn. So everything was pretty much easy, almost done for us, but they really understood it.
Know the material that you're teaching, know the garage, know how to maneuver the garage, and be patient. Be patient with yourself and be patient with your participants. As a woman, it is a very essential skill to have. As a person who is teaching, if I'm giving advice to a person who is interested in the program, I would say just do it. Give yourself the opportunity to learn a skill. It is a valuable skill, and knowledge is power. No one can take any level of training skills from you, regardless of what your position is.
I love it. I want me an Oculus.
It's a very good program. I enjoy teaching it. I enjoy learning it. I would give it 2 thumbs up.
My overall experience was that this was an amazing program to be here at MCIW, and the first time I wear those goggles, I said, oh my goodness, I also didn't know that these goggles can be able to help you be able to learn without even going into a workshop, but just being able to do it in a place where there's no tools, but everything was on the goggles.
It's the way of the world. Technology is going to take over. And so we definitely need to be able to transition, especially for our baby boomers and the different generations. We definitely need to push this type of technology to help them to do a virtual hands-on.